what you're about to see are the 5 meals that I have for the first half of the week, which is Monday to Wednesday. Now on Thursday or Friday I have something different, and then Saturday I have something completely different, and then Sunday it pretty much starts all over again. Now the reason why I'm doing this is now that I'm in the last phase of my challenge, I really want to emphasize weight loss. So I am experimenting a little bit here with my meal plans by reducing carbs down considerably in the first half of the week. So the thing that I wanted to stress before you see these meals is that I'm having pretty much no fruit, no rice, no pasta, no breads, or any of your other typical carbs that you would have. I was having these things at the beginning of the challenge because I was using them to help assist with my muscle growth, but now that really isn't a problem now, and it's not really my emphasis right now. I'm cutting them out. Whether this works or not, we'll see. In theory it obviously should, right? But that's part of the challenge, to see if it works, these things work or not. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, I just thought I'd mention that before you see the meals, so you wouldn't see them and you'd be judging me, thinking, oh, why hasn't he got that stuff in there? But no. Alright, so enjoy the meals. Okay, so it's Monday morning and I'm about to have my first meal of the day, which is breakfast. I just had a cardio workout before I had my breakfast. I'm a bit sweaty and stuff. Anyways, here's what I have. Here's what I have for breakfast. Okay, so what we've got here is a portion of carbs, which is just salad. See, there's my fist. So there's my portion right there. It's good enough for me. And I have my portion of protein, which is 3 eggs. Now that doesn't really equal my fist, but from what I can understand, the equivalent of like a portion of red meat is like 3 eggs, so that's why I'm having the 3 eggs. And as for the good fat, here's what I'm having. It's the extra virgin. Hang on, wait a sec. Yeah, extra virgin olive oil, and it has to be cold pressed. And it should come in a dark bottle as well. Either that or in a tin. So I have about 2 caps of that. I don't have my tripod, so I can't actually show you how much put in, but it's about 2 of those, 2 capfuls. So yeah, that's how I start. Half of my days. The other half I have a different meal. I might show those to you later on. But yeah, there you go. First meal of the day. Okay, meal number 2. Alright, so this meal you have mid-morning, about 2.5 to 3 hours after your first meal, and typically it's like a snack and in between meal before you have your lunch. But I'm just mixing things up this time around. I was doing the snack thing, but I'm just mixing it up because you get a bit bored of your meals and stuff. So here's what I'm having for meal 2 at the moment. Looks a lot like breakfast, doesn't it? Except with the fact that there's a sausage in there and 2 less eggs. Yeah, I didn't do such a great job with the fried egg, but there it is. Pretty much just looks like meal 1, but with a small difference. Alright, there it is, meal 2. Okay, meal 3, lunchtime. You have this about 2 to 3 hours after your mid-morning snack again, and here's what I'm having. Alright, there it is. So it's pretty much a salad and salmon with a bit of lemon on top, and 2 caps of the extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed. Normally I have the salmon raw, but I just thought I'd mix it up and actually have it cooked. Fish is probably the only meat that you can actually eat raw. How you feel about that is up to you, but apparently it's meant to be better for you, and I've been having salmon raw for probably the last 2 weeks now and I feel fine. So yeah, give that a shot if you want. Just make sure that it's actually good salmon that you're eating raw. You don't want to be eating nasty salmon, especially canned stuff. Alright, so there's meal 3. Alright, up to meal 4 now. I'm having this about 2 hours after I had my lunch. And here's what it is. There it is right there. More salad with more sausages and an egg. There it is right there. Okay, and if you've been paying attention, what you probably just noticed is meal 4 looks a lot like meal 2, except chopped up. And if you figure that out, then extra points go to you. Okay, so there's meal 4. Okay, so this is meal number 5. Well, not exactly, but it's still just as important. So I just finished my workout and I'm about to have my protein shake. I'm not actually using protein powder to make it up, but I am using raw eggs. So what I'm doing straight after my workout is I basically make up my protein shake with some rice milk, 3 range-free eggs, and just to give it a bit of flavour, I chuck in some cinnamon. I know a couple of people, they just have it straight with just the raw eggs and maybe they'll chuck some water in. But because I only just started doing this 2 weeks ago, I'm not game enough to do that yet. But it's definitely important to get your protein intake in, like 10 to 40 minutes after your workout, because that's when your body is kind of, craving to, have the protein in its body so it can start repairing itself after your workout. So, yeah, here we go. The secret to actually drinking raw eggs so that it doesn't really taste like raw eggs is to shake it up really good. So when you shake it up, just make sure you've got a good shaker, one that has one of those balls in it, because otherwise it won't shake up the egg yolk and it'll end up being super runny. So just alright. Cheers. You should try it, it's actually not that bad. Nah, it's pretty good. Alright, so it's the end of the day and I am now up to meal number 5. And this is what it looks like. There it is right there. And surprisingly enough, there's no salad. There's actually some other sort of greens on there. So I got steak and broccoli with some asparagus. There you go. See, so I do mix it up. I don't have the salad with every meal. Alright, so I'm pretty tired and I don't really have much more to say about my meals other than that, but at least you got a bit of an insight into what I'm eating and how simple you can make your meals. I think the most important thing is to really eat healthy and a variety of foods. What I showed you in my last 5 meals, I only have that for the first half of the week, and then in the second half, I mix it up with other meals. The reason why I do that is just because it's more convenient for myself, because I don't really like spending a whole lot of time in the kitchen. I don't spend any time in front of the kitchen, actually. Someone else does. But when I was, I didn't like it. So, yeah, there you go. I have to be honest, because she's sitting over there. Alright, so, yeah, there you go. Hopefully, that gave you some ideas for, what you can do with your meal planning and how easy you can keep it. I mean, this is something that I've been doing for the last couple of weeks and I think it's working. It's definitely helped me put on some size and still stay lean, relatively speaking. But yeah, that about does it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.